Hey YouTubies, welcome back to Mikey's World. Today, we're going to be working on my little Honda again. That's right again. If you've been watching the channel, she's been on the channel before, but today, we're going to be doing suspension. Now I've put 70,000 plus miles on this car, and I have done oil changes and tires. That's about it. I don't even think I've put a battery in this car, and I've owned it at least 4 years now. So I think it's time to do some suspension. So I got this table set up with all our new goodies that we're going to be putting on. Obviously the struts. Were these control arms, I think, for the back side. Front control arms. Maybe one's up or lower. I don't know for sure yet. Got some... what are these called? Tie rods, ends. Then we got some sway bar links and some ball joints that we got to find a home for. And I don't even know what these are for. Maybe just a bolt for something. I don't know for sure yet. I'm learning. We got these things. We also got my cherry Coke in the Yeti cooler. So I'm gonna quit fooling around a little bit. Probably not, that'll never happen. But I'm gonna get this thing, you know, supported and the wheels off so I could start looking into the back and seeing if I could take a side apart and maybe get it back together today. Maybe not. Maybe I'll get two sides. Maybe I'll get front and back. What we're doing is we're just gonna find out. We're gonna take it easy. We're gonna try and do it right to the best of our abilities and have a good time doing it. We went ahead and sent her to the moon to go ahead and get the jack stands under there. We went ahead and left the jack under the back just, you know, for if it does whatever. It's probably not gonna do anything, but it's there to make me feel good. I'm gonna take these wheels off here in a second. I also gave this thing a shake test. You know, shove on it, make sure she don't fall while you're not under it. The wind just slammed the door, made me my drawers. I guess I better just take these wheels off. Now some investigating here. We can now go ahead and say that it looks like we're gonna get a lot of stuff in our eyes when we lay under here, but we'll live. But looking at everything here, it doesn't look like everything's gonna be too hard. We got this thing. That was that rear control arm thingy that I didn't know what to call earlier. That's that needs to come out. And obviously this big old spring thing, and that's just a couple bolts there and a couple bolts there. And I think that's it for the back. It's just those couple of pieces that I have. It's a little nerve-wracking not knowing where all these pieces go, but they look the same, so you can find where they go. It's not that hard of a job. It's just the overwhelming feeling of, wow, this is a lot going on right now. But what you gotta remember is just take it one piece at a time, and everything will be all right. Pictures help a lot. It's kind of why I video the YouTubes, so I can remember, as I'm very forgetful, so I could just, you know, reverse and then watch the video again, and then I'm like, oh, that's how I took that out. So that's why I do the YouTubes, to entertain you guys with my stupidity. Really shouldn't say stupidity. I'm just learning. I'm gonna learn on you a little, that's all. So I came on the inside here and started to access what is the coil on the backside, the strut. And you know, stuff never goes as planned, and I broke a little plastic piece, which I cried a little bit, hurt my feelings a little bit, you know, because I liked my little Honda. And then not moments later, I ripped the fabric too. So then I started bawling, and I had to take my flannel off and use it as a rag for my eyes. But I moved on. It's okay, it's covered behind the back seat, and I won't see it all the time, just sometimes. So I won't have a constant memory, just every now and then. But now that I have access to these guys, I could come out here and get this guy taken out of here. And maybe this guy. And whatever else I think looks similar to what I have on the table over here. We'll find out. Easy peasy. Couple bolts. One bolt here. And it literally fell out. Man, that thing looked good in there all mocked up. But I need help right here because I can't get that bolt in by myself. Hold on. Right. But I need help because I can't get this bolt in by myself. I need to push this part down and push in at the same time. But you know, it's not a one guy job. I need help. So I'm gonna go get help real quick, get this in, and then I'll move on to the next piece. So I'm a little upset. So the bolt that goes through the bottom side of the strut here, the hard one to show you guys, this one right here, all right? So they didn't give me a new nut, and the old nut is welded to the strut. So I'm gonna have to find a new bolt, or nut, just the nut really is what I mean. I'm gonna have to find a new nut. I also got this one installed. Super easy, 2 bolts there, 1 nut here. Still gotta put my cotter pin through and then put the little cover cap thing that they got on there. And then that's done. And I can move to the other side. But I gotta find a nut for the other side too. So I won't be able to finish the back side till I get those nuts. I came over to the underside here and well, I got this side pretty much wrapped up. Got the 1 bar in, got the coil in. But again, still waiting on that nut for the bottom side before I could finish this one. So I'm gonna take the bolt with me to go find a couple nuts, and then we'll be able to put it back together and put it back on the ground. So, one moment before I finish here, and then I'll move on. Ran to the hardware store real quick. I got me a grade 8 bolt, and they didn't have any grade 8 nuts. So I had a great idea just getting a nylon lock washer. But I had already set up the split washer right there. I now reckon that I should have put another flat washer there with this nut. But you know, I must have been scared of this bolt falling out. So I'm gonna do the right thing. Put it in like this, and it's just gonna be double locked, and this thing should never come out. Poor next guy having to fix it. And that'll probably be me. But I got this side all wrapped up. I'm gonna go do the other side real quick and then move to the front. Do you see that? It works. Set up perfect. Another day on this little Honda again. I got help today. Brandon showed up. I got family coming over later for a couple birthday parties in the family. So I'm gonna try and get as much done before they show up, before I got the peanut gallery. I'm just kidding, guys. I love you. I would like to help though, so if they do show up while I'm doing it, then maybe it gets done faster. But he's already gone to town while I was getting set up with the camera. He's a fast guy, you know. He's got the wheels off. It's already set up to go. The dude's already got the 1 strut almost halfway out over there. Maybe not, somewhere in that range. He's close enough to halfway.
Yeah. All the other stuff.
Yeah. Stuff is progressing too fast for me to keep up again. So you guys are gonna miss out on some shit, but I'll get as much as I can. And that's okay, because it'll still make a good video. The nuts are loose here. That thing gonna come out soon. Progression, evolution, something's happening. I don't know really. This thing's out, okay? This thing's falling out, okay? I don't know if we're screwed or not. It's happening though. We gotta take this apart, get it apart. Brandon's over there working on the other side. I'm already tired of it. struts be gone real fast, like, you know, everything comes apart so simple. Don't stress. We got the other side too. But it's time for a warm snack. And the family showed up. They're over there. So I gotta go do some talking and mingling. You know? Alright, my YouTubies. The warm snack was had. We chilled with family for a while. They're still here. But I need to get this done. Alright? So, this is where we're at. We got the lower control arm here. It's taken out. But that was a hassle. Let me tell you what. Okay? So the bolt that goes through here was running in to here. You can see all the little bang marks. So what we had to do is we had to come up top. We had to come up here, take the battery out, and then the air intake I had to take out to be able to get to the motor mount bolt. And then when I got the motor mount bolt mostly out, it ran into the battery tray, so I had to take the battery tray out. Okay? So stuff just barrel rolled downhill really fast, but we got past that. We got the thing lifted up, and we did a little twisty maneuver, you know, at an angle to kind of get the bolt out. It was a fiasco. All right, now the next thing we gotta fight is these tie rods. We gotta get this rubber boot back here out of our way, get some wrenches in there and fight away. Ball joint, that be gone. And all we did was, you know, let it sit in there. Brandon had a screwdriver holding it up like this as the sledgehammer came in and just tapped her out nicely. Now we could press the new ones in, get that lower control arm in down there, and start putting some sort of something together. Not yet, actually. We got this tie rod to take care of and then put stuff together. We got our new lower control arm in the same way we got it out. It took some finagling, okay? And then we got our tie rod out. Yeah, that's for this side anyways. Yeah. Brandon already got the upper control arm in on this side, the lower control arm in, and the new strut-alator. Holy cow, he's working way faster than I am on the other side. But that's good. That's good. Okay? We're getting there. We're taking our time. We're getting ready to press in these new ball joints here in the next moment. Here is our old pile of junk so far. It is growing. So of course, it never goes as planned. Okay? So you're supposed to use one of these things on the end of one of these spacers. But guess what? We didn't take the rotor off and we didn't want to fight it and whatever. So what we did is we made an extension and we very carefully reset 100 million times and just did little pieces at a time, okay? But this is what we did very unsafely. Well, sway bar link, you know, everything's looking good. Some of this stuff's tight, some of it's loose, you know, but back in here, that's our steering. It's just all the way on the passenger side right now. And we need to get some thread locker for the threads so it don't come out, you know. But I don't have that right now, so we're gonna have to run and get some. Thought I had some, but I don't. Need the thread locker before I can put the knuckles on, and we're almost putting the knuckles on, so I think it's warm snack break. Got back from the hardware store. We got our thread locker on our tie rod. Got the tie rod in. So now I gotta get our little rubber boot. This little rubber boot put on the end here. Then we gotta get the hub on and the rest of the brakes put back together, tighten up some bolts. Brandon's already killing this side. It's already almost put back together. All we need is some brakes and some tightening. I didn't forget the outer tie rod, okay guys? We'll get that on and then the rubber and the rest of this. See? It's in there. The reverse cycle is complete. We got everything back together so easily. Just remember what you did when you took it apart, or take a crap ton of pictures. It's the best advice anybody could give, right? But anyways, everything's tightened up. We gave a double check, triple check. We're gonna throw the wheel on. The other wheel's already on. We're gonna drop it down. Maybe take her for a test. Maybe just call it a night. Shut her down. Come back tomorrow. Back on the ground. Hood is down without the battery. That's okay. We also need to get alignment done. And it's late, as you can see. So that means I can't get alignment done tonight. So I'll be calling around tomorrow to find wherever I can. And then we'll give her a good test drive. We'll run this sucker around the dad's property real good, you know, because I like to send the Honda. You send it? So I got a little bit of explainings to do, my YouTubey friends. You know, I kinda explained about doing like a little run around, like having some fun with this after we did the suspension. Well, it's been like a week since I got the alignment done. And holy cow, does this thing drive amazing. Way better. You know, I was waiting for my brother Cody to have a time off to be able to come over and help me take that video. And well, you know, I got some terrible news. The poor Honda is broken again. I broke the timing belt. I broke it on my way home. I don't know. You know, I was on the highway doing about 75 miles an hour. Probably more like 80. And the thing just shut off. Ba-dub-dub. Done. So, here she sits. Grandpa towed me home with a tow rope. You know, thanks a lot, Grandpa. That was awesome of you. But, you know, so that's gonna wrap this video up. I can't do a cool little runaround video yet. That'll just have to wait for the next video after I do the timing belt. If it's savable, you know, we're gonna have to tear into it and find out if everything's good. So stick around, subscribe to the channel, and watch us get into this thing later. Cause I like this car, I gotta keep it around. Give me a like, comment a little bit, you know, and we're here for a good time, not a long time. Don't forget to stay motivated now. And thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it.